Searching for samples in Loopcloud now gives you unprecedented control over the attributes of sounds that you're looking for, making it even quicker and easier to find the right sample for your track. The expanded audio filters and AI technology provide options for sample tone, length, rhythmic density, stereo width, and more. Let's check it out. To search for a sound in Loopcloud, you can click on the instrument menu and then on a tag within it to add that tag to the search box above. And then use the buttons to choose one-shots, so like a single hit sound, or loops, which are one or more bars in length. Then you can choose a genre from the menu, or even quicker, just start typing into the search box and then choose the genre tag when it pops up below. You can then click on any samples to load them into the player below and hit play or use the spacebar to check them out. And I'm using the up and down arrows on the keyboard to step through samples in the list. And as I showed in the Getting Started movie, the app is synchronized with Ableton Live, as I've added the Loopcloud plugin to a MIDI track in my project, so all samples play in time with the beats in live. This is quite a wide search right now, as we're looking at all types of bass, bass being the instrument category in blue here, that all of the subtypes in white are in. So I could change it to bass guitar to only search for that subtype instead. I think I'll go for this one. So now I'll use the export button to drag that loop out of the player and into live. Searches can be amended by removing individual tags using the crosses, or all tags using the cross at the end to start again from scratch. But another option is to leave the search where it is and start a new search with the plus button, so you can come back to the bass loop search later on if you need to. So this time I'll search for percussion, loops, and instead of going for a genre this time, I'll set a BPM range in the audio filters section, which I can do manually, or even more easily by hitting Match Tempo, which sets it to a range that's similar to my project tempo, as I'm connected to Ableton Live, don't forget. I'm getting all sorts coming up here, so what I might do is narrow down the search some more using some other audio filters. For instance, tone allows you to select the area of the spectrum that you want the energy of the loop to be centered around, like zoning in on the highest frequencies. You can see the waveforms go blue when I do this. Now we're also getting some loops with just the odd sound in, so I might also define the rhythmic density more towards complex, so the loops are all nice and busy. And again, when I found the one I want, I can use the export button to drag it out of Loopcloud and into live. Let's do a new search now for guitar, one-shots. And I'll set the tone control so we're looking for something centered in the middle of the spectrum. And then bring the length right down, so we're under a second long. And finally, I can even shift the stereo width range up a bit to lose mono samples so that the results all have some width to them. Now, although I'm not showing the editor features in this movie, as a sneak preview, I'm just going to choose a pattern from the menu to sequence the one shot. The rhythm's great, but the key's wrong. So I could fix this either by using key lock to re-pitch the sample to the key of my song, or by setting the search to the key by selecting the note on the keyboard to only look for samples in C. And whenever I'm happy with the sound, I can drag out the one shot sequenced into that pattern for me as a new loop. Another radical new feature in Loopcloud is the implementation of AI technology that allows you to search for similar or matching sounds, which can be great if you have a sample you really like the sound of in the results. But if it's not quite right for your track for some reason, then you can click on the Match button and choose Search Similar Sounds. You then get a new search tab with a load of samples just like that one. Furthermore, if you're liking a particular drum loop, like this one, you can then search for rhythmic matches and narrow it down by adding the top tag to have the app come up with suggestions for what kind of top loops might work with it. And these are cross-genre results, so it's a really cool and new way of finding samples that go together. Harmonic matching works in a similar way, only suggesting samples that won't clash harmonically rather than rhythmically. So with this pad sample, say, if I search for harmonic matches, we get a ton of different melodic samples that should fit together nicely with the pad. And we can always choose a specific instrument type to limit the search to that too. So another great new feature there. Finally, there are favorite buttons alongside all samples, which you can hit at any point if you're liking a sound to add it to your favorites list. This can then be accessed whilst searching by hitting the Favorites button or via the Favorites option in the sidebar. So Loopcloud 6 reaches new heights in sample browsing, with manually configurable and AI-based technology helping you connect to the samples on your computer or in the cloud in the fastest and most enjoyable ways possible.